Presented by That Time I Got Reincarnated in the Same World as an Anime Podcaster, this is Shonen Jumping the Gun, the show where we set our sights on the first chapter of a manga and decide if it's a misfire or a bullseye.
Let's see how many rounds are in this magazine.
On today's episode, this manga is legit trash. It's Gachiakuta. Welcome, everybody. I am your czar of trash taste, Smoxidine, here with my king of the garbage, Isekai Sensei Sama, Brad. Brad, how you doing?
I need to welcome all of our fellow trash pandas.
Oh, yes, indeed, indeed. We're big respecters of the street cats here. And we are here again. I don't know where in the lineup, but we are continuing the last democracy arc, as I've described it. Which, hopefully, we've described what the gimmick is by now, so I don't have to do it every time.
Choice
or the fan
arc.
choice arc. But that fan in particular goes by Lass, and people voted
We got
democracy.
the whole list from someone in particular who we won't name.
Come on! This is the time to name drop.
And then all of our fans picked from that
on our Patreon.
big,
so
long
make sure
list.
you sign up on Patreon. You didn't even give us money. You can just sign up for the Patreon for no money, and you could have voted in this one.
You could have.
Get the other things, you'd have to give us money.
I guess you'll have to sign up for next time, whenever that will be.
Because there'll be another one.
There's enough series left that we could just do the same list again.
We could, honestly, we could actually. But yeah. But no, we are covering Gachiakuta, which roughly translates to legit trash, which... Sidebar, I feel like I've been coming up more and more of finding what the rough translation is. I wish it was just that. This is not a manga that's set in Japan. It does not need to keep its Japanese-ness. I think this would have been a much more interesting series if it was called Legit Trash or something that harkened to its trashiness. Because right now, Gachiakuta are gibberish words that mean nothing to me. It's not the name of something. I don't even know what it is. Because it's not the name of anything, because it's a descriptor. It's a thing.
Multiple times that I've seen this word before... for this series, because there's an anime.
Yes.
And it's apparently pretty popular at this point. I've just glossed over it, going,
I was very worried about having to say this out loud on
the
the podcast, because I've just been calling it Gachi to you for weeks, and now I'm like, dang, I have to say it out loud.
When you look at it very slowly and deliberately, it makes sense.
It makes sense, but when you just went off the blast, it just is unpleasant.
And every depiction of it in text, for the anime, for the manga, like, it's always all scratchy, bunched up and everything,
Trash.
and like it's impossible to read.
I just wish, I don't know, this is me continuing my thing of I wish this was just localized to something and not just kept as Gachiakuta, because I think it is, we are actively missing vibe that we could be getting, and I think that's a failure of the localizer to bring over the person's story. Speaking of the person who wrote and arted this is Kai Urana. This is serialized in Weekly Shonen Magazine.
That's K.
K Urana. Serialized in Weekly Shonen Magazine, not to be confused with Weekly Shonen Jump, very different. Since February 2022 for about 15 tankobons at time of recording. That seems like too many. I guess it's been 3 years. Damn, it's been 3 years. Almost 4 at this point, because that says February. And this recently got an anime at time of recording, which will go into, I guess, do I want to let the cat out of the bag now?
I think you just did.
Okay. I mean, you could edit this. This isn't live. We are going to cover this first chapter, and then we are going to, we're going to eat dinner, and then we're going to instantly, and then while we're eating dinner, we're going to watch the first episode, and then record a follow-up that will be tacked on to this. And then if we decide to reload this that we don't know yet, there'll be another thing tacked on to that tack on. But we'll see. I both because it was current and it was popular, and for feelings I will get to I had about it that I'd be curious if an anime could fix, I wanted to do that. So because of this perfect storm of things, you're getting a little special extra bonus where we watch the first episode of the anime and talk about it. Which may be foreshadowing for an arc that'll happen ages from now that'll be really stupid and I'm excited about, that you'll never guess, ever!
They'll try.
They'll be wrong. They will never, ever be able to... I haven't given any actual hints of what it could be, but they will never figure out the machinations of my mind for that arc.
Yeah.
It's really silly and stupid. And with enough dawdling, let's get on to my patented Moxie's Manga Mach Speed summary.
One day you'll say that the whole way through in the right order.
It's everywhere. It's as long as the M's are there, we're chill. They say when an object is well loved, it is imbued with a soul. So what about the garbage? What is that imbued with? Chapter 1, The Sphere. We see a young girl crying over her ripped plushie, but her mother reassures her. We'll just get a new one and toss this one away. And into the trash the little plush dog goes. People turn things into trash so easily. Then those things are treated as filthy, and no one ever finds worth in them again. The same thing happens to people. We're now at a clean-looking waste collection facility with an official-looking guard patrolling the halls. He hears a rustling in one of the trash collection rooms and finds a hooded figure rooting through the trash and hits the alarm. You're that trash raider from the reports! More guards appear, but the figure escapes at a chute. The guards make chase and begin firing at the figure, but it dodges their bullets, getting grazed by one, and hops over the wall to escape. I'm not raiding anything, you turd brains, the now unhooded figure, a boy says. We're now in a nice clean plaza with nicely dressed people, and follow a goateed man who seems out of place there. At least the townspeople seem to think so as they gossip over the new reports of the trash raider. It must be a tribesfolk, just like that man, they say. They should stay on their side of the tracks.
This is so Koreans in Japan coded.
Really? Oh, I didn't think about that. It's
Yeah.
secret Koreans. Not so secret Koreans. I always say secret Koreans because that's a big Yakuza running gag. Is it's like there's actually Koreans everywhere. You just didn't know about it. We are shown a shot of that pristine town on one side and a shanty town on the other, which the man is returning to. We get some gossip here in the shanty town about the trash raider. They seem to know who it is and that he should stop. We then see our boy from earlier cleaning something. A girl approaches, Chiwa, and we learn his name is Rudo. She warns him of the dangers of raiding trash on that side of the city, but Rudo is unswayed. They threw it away, they don't want it, and I can make some money. Bullies approach and insult Rudo for being so filthy, making a point to mention his gross gloves and that Chiwa shouldn't hang out with him. This is capped off with us being told he's the son of a ruthless killer, that these slums used to be where they locked up criminals, and they are the descendants trying to make a clean name for themselves, but Rudo's dad messed all that up. Rudo glares and they go running, and Chiwa still believes in him. We see Rudo has the dog from the opening, all cleaned and fixed up now. He wants to give it to Chiwa, but chickens out. He comes home and we find the goateed man from earlier there. He's Rudo's adopted father, Regto. What are these names? Wonderful, wonderful names, in air quotes, wonderful. They chat about the trash raiding, how Rudo doesn't need to do it, but feels like he should to earn money. Regto raised him since he was a baby. He wants to pay that back. Regto disagrees, then razzes on being a chicken with Chiwa before noticing his bullet wound. The gloves are removed for cleanup and we see Rudo's bandage-covered arms, a gift from his bio-dad. Regto tells us about the pit.
Not actually a gift. The bio-dad burned him.
Yes, the bio-dad burned him and beat him up. I was speaking sarcastically. I should have
the way that was written, you might think the bandages are a gift.
No, the reason he needs the band, his arms are all messed up. Regto tells us about the pit, and that Rudo's dad was dropped down there. Make sure that doesn't happen to you. Also tell your feelings to Chiwa. As they talk on, we see a robed and masked figure outside. Cut to tomorrow, and Rudo is trying to work. I do it now on purpose for you. It's all for you. Is trying to work on his charm with limited results. I think he's like trying to smile, and it just makes him look more deranged. Yeah. He goes to find Chiwa and gets stuck staring into the pit. Then Chiwa appears, and they chat more about how Rudo should stop garbage raiding. That his dad loves him too. Wait, too? That implies many people love me. He looks at a flustered Chiwa who says, I don't mean it like that. This sends Rudo into a screaming rage. He forcefully gives her the stuffed animal and runs off. How he's feeling is unclear to me, because on his running home to Regto, he describes a euphoria. I read that is that, like, she backed away from it, and he's like, oh, maybe it wasn't like I thought? Because it's like, why would you scream and run, like, in, like, rage? It seemed like he was screaming in rage.
No, I think he was...
Was he just, like, freaking out because he's like, the girl that I like likes me?
Yeah.
Okay, because it looks like he's angry, and that was where I was very confused.
I think he always looks angry.
Because they said euphoria then, but it seemed like a very, like, I don't know, maybe, again, why we're watching the anime. He could have been more clear with his very strong emotions. Because I was just like, it just seems like rage, but then he describes euphoria, and like, whatever. Before arriving home, he bumps into that strange masked figure from before, who drops a book. But no time, gotta get home. At home, he finds a stabbed and dying Regto, telling him to run, get out of here, and go change this stinking world. Then Rudo is tased. The guards are here. Dying guy? You must be the murderer then. You have his blood all over you. But I didn't do it. And also, Regto's still alive. Come on. But it doesn't seem to matter. Racism and police brutality ensues, and Rudo is sentenced to the pit.
Except he died like right then.
But also then he kind of dies. But they maybe could have died. Like he was alive and going, he didn't do it. It was really stupid. But it's supposed to show the corruption of the system. The system is filthy. At the dropping spot, he curses everyone on the surface that they are all filth. Rudo is going to send every last one of them to hell. All of humanity. We see the strange masked figure again as Rudo is dropped.
Something that is important there is Chiwa is also there, and she's like, I can't believe you did that.
Oh.
Just immediately just believes that he did that.
Yeah. He falls for a while, spotting something unclear in the distance before falling on a pile of trash. All the trash and the filth of the world ends up here. It really is the pit of hell. We see a massive creature approach Rudo. End of chapter. So, okay, before I get into it, I'm curious how the moment I read it, how I would feel about it if this was not specifically a manga suggested to us to a fan that we've had for a long time that I generally try to stay on the good side of.
I think you wouldn't have liked it at all.
Maybe? See, this is why it's curious. So, okay, I'm going to say I was frustrated by this manga.
Mm-hmm.
I think there is something here. And also, I don't think we got to whatever the manga actually is.
Yeah.
But I think the thing, more than what I captured in my summary, because it's one of those things that's like, I can't capture this in my own summary because I have to cut things down, is this, to quote Botchamania, this manga talks too much. It never shuts the fuck up. It has to over-explain everything. And the metaphor of what's going on with the trash is already solid.
Yeah.
But when you do that and you over-explain everything and you let nothing breathe, I don't remember what I used to say this for, because I think this was talking to somebody else many years, but maybe I used it on the podcast. I don't remember. I described something that was so on the nose it was a nose, which works because this manga literally stinks because it's about trash. Not that I don't think it's like terrible, but it's like if it just let things breathe, because it's very clear moment to moment, like there's a lot of symbology about what's going on, but it has to tell you with giant paragraphs of text every frame, and it's like, just let the art and the setting speak for what it is. Like, I don't need to be told the nuance. It's really clear what's happening. Like, Give me some space to have some mystery or have some emotions about it instead of having to be told so clearly, because it's like, is the concept of like, oh, the clean part of town on the other side of the tracks where all the people we don't like live, and we throw all our garbage away, and it's like the metaphor is like a little teenage, but you could make that work. Like, I think there's something, but I was frustrated by the fact that they beat you over the head with it in the dialogue.
Yeah.
Where I think there were so many times where it's like they didn't need to talk or they didn't need to describe things in so much detail that like made an already very like teenage, the whole like, the whole world's corrupt, I hate you all, I'm gonna kill you all. It's just like, okay, bud. Yeah, sure, bud. You keep being mad, bud. And it's like, yes, I think this is going to be a story of, like, I'm hoping it's a story where he learns, it, like, that there is, like, some beauty in humanity. Maybe that's just my own particular, like, morals at play. I doubt it. I'm not holding my breath on that. I'm holding my nose on that. But I wish it could trust the reader a little bit more.
Yeah, well,
how are you? I just gave a monologue that I've been holding in for like 3 weeks.
So I think more than anything I'm confused, because up until like the last 2 pages or 1 page, like the very end, I was like, oh, this is going to be a revenge / mystery.
It is, though.
Thing. But then they drop him off the side and into a bigger world
that he's gonna have. I feel like the revenge is attempting to get powerful enough to escape that.
I mean, I guess
that was my thought, because
it seems like they dropped him.
He's dropped is the most like, I'm coming to fucking kill you all,
and that's why, like, up until we literally see the rest of the world, I was like, oh, he's gonna find a way to get out of this pit, and he's gonna like take revenge and everything. But then it's like, oh no, wait. The place where he just got dropped from is like a tiny little island in the sky, and the rest of the world is here.
Very Jetsons now that I think about that.
And I'm just sort of like, why would you go back there at all? You know?
Because he's full of revenge vengeance.
Right, but it
on this
seems
unjust world. Maybe that's what he has to learn. I don't know.
I get the feeling like that little tiny island that has this weird 2-class system, or maybe 3, but basically 2-class system, the haves and the have-nots, is inconsequential to the rest of the wide world where other things are going on. But maybe not, because that thing we see at the end,
other things are throwing trash in there, and maybe there's like, I don't know, like I don't know what happened to this. Like there is so many questions about the world that remain unanswered, which they don't need to answer, obviously.
The thing we see at the very, very end is a giant monster that is made out of trash.
Yeah.
So
they thought maybe we tossed nuclear radiation down
all
here.
of the world is trash monsters, and that little island, or maybe multiple islands, are the only bastions of actual humanity, and whoever else is down here is like just subsistence living and can't actually like have a civilization down there.
It's New York on top of old New York,
right?
And Futurama. I feel like that's what it is. Like this was built up, and now that's why there's just this giant pit space. But also, it's like kind of in Hammer not space.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's where I was at. I was like, oh, okay, it's gonna be a revenge manga, which I don't really care for. I read a couple of them, but like for the most part, they're all too edgy.
I feel like that's the thing. It's like I would love, like I in certain cases I love revenge in a story, because I'm also like this. I mean, every this is the bigger picture thing, is everything is shaped by your media diet, and it's like I've seen too many stories where it's like revenge is bad, because revenge is in actual life. Revenge is bad. If you waste all of your time being a hater and being mad about something, you suck. You're the worst. But if it's like you are a good person and you like, but like if you've been properly wronged in a way that really feels like, if you can actually make the person likable for the setup, then it feels great.
What you really need is for the protagonist to wake up every day with fresh hatred.
That one's different. That's not what I was thinking of, but I
deep cuts.
Do like that.
But no, it's and then as soon as we see that, I'm just like, wait a minute. It's not going to be a revenge thing, is it? Is it going to be?
I think it's going to fuel him, but I don't know. I don't know. But like, because it's like, I don't know. Like that's why we're going to watch. Maybe the anime will give us more, or give us a better tone.
Because I was just thinking, like,
because I feel like I don't have enough to know what's like. Because I think
the thing that he experienced,
vaguely know what happens from a wiki article. Because I was like, just
I didn't do that.
But I don't remember what I read. I just know just enough that it seems like he spends most of his time down there, and that's like where things are popping off.
So I was on board with like, hey, all these people suck, and yeah, you would want to get revenge and all that. But then like, as soon as you see the rest of the world, I sort of just go like, oh, that shit doesn't matter.
Who cares? This is so much. Literally, it's bigger than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that. I mean, that's the thing of we spent all of our time in an intro in a place that I'm assuming doesn't matter, but I don't know that.
Yeah, and at which point,
I don't know how it could matter.
I would go, what the hell was this first chapter? Because none of that shit mattered. Now, obviously, we don't know that yet.
That would imply stuff can come down at him meaningfully, and not just like we're dropping more trash down there. Like, can that masked guy, is that masked guy his bio dad, and can he come and go? Is he just so powerful he's just able to pop up out of the hole?
I don't know.
I don't know. There's so many questions that it's like.
And why did he want Regato dead?
Because I'm assuming, he
needed to steal that book, right?
I went back. Well, he didn't. I guess. Oh, did he take the book from? Did Regato have the book?
A book. I forget. Was that book? Did we know what that book was?
I don't think we did.
But Regato just has a bunch of books, so.
Okay. Did Rudo get the blood on him when he bumped into the masked guy, or did he get the blood on him? Because I was like,
because he goes in and he's like, "You're still alive," and he's.
But I think it's, I think that's what happens. But it would be more interesting if he. But it's not visually. I did not see it because I went back to look at it. Is like I think it'd be because it's like it's obvious. It's like that masked guy killed Regato. Like I feel like that seems so obvious.
Yeah, I don't think
why
we
else would you do that?
Additional explanation there.
But it would just be like I don't think you would draw attention to that. That guy bumped in the blood. I feel like you could hide that visually. You wouldn't just have a word bubble because fucking manga wants to describe everything to you in too great a detail. Like,
I didn't
talk too much, man. You never shut up.
I didn't really
put that clip
notice
in. I'm going to tell you to put that clip in from Botchamania. I'll send you a Botchamania. You can get the clip from it. Sorry,
but now that you say it, I can. Yeah,
that was more like when I was reading it. It's just like, even though this is a really basic, blunt metaphor, and like the symbolism is just so, again, teenage and blunt. It's like, if they just didn't harangue it, if it could just because it's like, it's so clear, so you could just let it talk for itself, and they just would not allow that to happen. They just had to keep talking.
Apparently it's really popular, so maybe it did need to explain everything. Maybe that's what people need.
Maybe that's what makes things popular. Maybe that's why Demon Slayer is one of the highest selling things, because
they
it is
just tell you exactly what's
because it's an anime for babies, even though I'm watching it. Their pretty little heads need to be described, every little thing. They can't have...
We can be babies sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. But we have another diet. We eat all things.
Yeah.
We're omnivores. I'm not saying never eat baby. I don't want to call it as baby food, because I usually call it junk food. Like, there is a time and place for that. There is nothing wrong with... I mean, go on. This comes back to the lesson across all of our podcasts. You can eat what you want, media-wise. Just try to have a mixed diet. That's what I'm asking for.
Don't forget to eat your vegetables.
Eat your vegetables, eat your meat. Sometimes there's special desserts.
Don't forget to read your Frieren.
Exactly. Like, there is, like, take in multiple things. If all you take in is the junk food, baby food, and then you talk about it like it's the highest art, you need to increase your diet.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this 5 seconds to grind my axe with somebody, because I ran into somebody, a young upstart. This is, I get old. My boomer is coming in so hard and so fast this year. I've like noticed it. It's like, I'm fucked. Give me 5 years and I'm going to be so boomer pilled. I'm going to be terrible. I'm going to be worse than I am now.
You're going to watch it happen over the course of the podcast.
I'm looking at it inside of myself, and I'm feeling it over the past like 6 months. I'm like, I'm getting conservative and I don't like it, but I'm trying to like be aware of it. And
not actually conservative.
No, but like that boomer mentality of I liked it better. But it was somebody who was younger, like notably younger than me, I think by like a decade, but had that sort of sense of like too big for their boots and they know better. But like, even when I was younger, I hated people like that, because I already knew that I knew nothing and nobody knew anything. So nobody was bigger than their boots by and large. And we were talking about sci-fi, and they're like, I think sci-fi is very simplistic. And then went on to describe, what's a really great sci-fi that I love? Half-Life 2. And I'm just like, everybody in the room is just like, you haven't consumed any meaningful sci-fi. Like, your diet is the problem. Your ability to take in information.
Go read fucking Asimov. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
exactly. I read it. I love my little short stories of sci-fi book. It's like, you're angry at, you're like, why isn't sci-fi more like this? It's like, it is. You just aren't reading those things.
But, and not even the short stories. The fucking foundation is dense as fuck.
I'd read that after the short story. I mean, I've been loving my short stories because I'm bad at reading long-term, like, fiction.
Asimov's short stories are just really good and fun.
I was so surprised. I know this is not the time to do it, but, like, I was so surprised because it's like, I get there and I'm like, it's Asimov, the 3 robotics things, but it's old, so I'm expecting, like, a certain amount of, like, well, people have built upon this. And then I read it and I was just like, this is juggling so many different things, and it was incredible. It was, like, amazing, because it was like, here's the concept, but here's the interesting concept on top of that, but then here's the interesting human story going on here. And it was just like, yeah.
I'll say this. I read, was it 3 or 4 books from the Foundation series? Basically the main...
Yeah, the main chunk of it.
Books. Because there's other ones that are connected to it that are, like, in the past, which I didn't find out until afterwards, but
who cares?
I really liked that series, but I even didn't understand everything that happened.
Yeah.
By the end of it.
That can happen.
And that's
fine.
And not in a bad way.
Yeah.
In a way of like, oh my God, there's so much going on here.
Okay, to go back.
Yeah,
this
we can do
Gachiakuta, whatever I keep on calling it Gachiakuta because it's funny. Legit trash. Thank you. I maybe the spoon feedingness and the edginess is what the general masses enjoy.
Yeah.
Again, this is Lass actively hates when I talk about like that, but like
It's important to note that it could be worse.
It could be worse. I don't actively think it's bad. When we haven't gotten to thoughts and feelings, I have other things I want to get through first. It's one of those, like, I feel like sometimes you take on something and you're like, this is bad, and at its core, I don't like it. But this one, it's like, there could be something here, and it's not like the story needs to change, or even the tone entirely needs to change. I just think if it wasn't so telling you every little thing, and you could just, because it's like, it's very clear the feeling of what's going on from looking at what's going on, and like the pit, and the art in the setting is doing a lot of things to communicate what's going on, and I just wish it was a little bit more. Let that speak, because I do think the setting, however blunt, is good.
This could be a situation where, and this is something we run into all the time on this show, where the first chapter is not actually indicative of what the larger series is.
I think that's the case here.
I honestly, I hope that's the case.
Okay. I haven't read everything for this arc yet, so I can't speak to it, and also you have to, but from what I have read currently, which is 3 of them, which will come out, I think, in this order, of the 3 that I read, they'll at least be next to each other. If the anime first episode that we are going to watch and come back to record doesn't go beyond this first chapter to give us that glimpse, I think we should reload this, because this is the chapter so far that has been the most. Possibly none of this could really matter at all for a while, if at all. And I don't want to, and maybe we do that, Nick. We do 3 more chapters and stop. I'm chill with that, but like that's why I'm hoping the anime does it, because I kind of don't want it to do it this one. I'd rather there's other ones in this arc that I haven't got to even that I'd love to give them, but like I think, honestly, for what we set out Reload to be, which is for what you even just said, where the first chapter has nothing the fuck to do with anything else, I am getting censors of that so hard here.
I think we're on the same page here, because this is like, I don't really care to read more of this.
Same.
Not in an active way.
Yeah.
Like maybe eventually, but like I'm not chomping at the bit.
I feel like,
but at the same time,
I feel like by virtue of this anime's out, it's really popular. It seems well made. We would probably take it in as the anime if we went further with it.
This definitely feels like the one where it's got the biggest question of like what is going on here.
And like I said, I haven't read everything, but I guess the episodes have already come out between this Shangri-La Frontier and like, do I want to read more of those other 2? Yes, but I feel like I know where it's moving.
Yeah.
This is very, hey, these haven't come out at the time of recording, but they will by the time you hear this. This is like the Sengoku something or other, the farming one we did in Kraftwerks, and then the dance sport one, where it's just like, I wanted to read more of the farming one, but I knew what I was going to get by and large.
We have the worst job, don't we?
But the dance one was the one where it's just like, I don't think that first chapter actually gave me a full sense of what this manga is going to be.
Oh, wait, I can just read more of whatever I want to? How does that work?
I mean, yes, but I feel like we've used the reload as this needs more, not necessarily just I want more.
Yeah,
sometimes
that's what it's
depending
for.
on what it is. Sometimes it's an I want more, but I feel like it fits the like. It needs. I feel like we didn't actually get a glimpse of what it actually is.
Yeah. So,
do we want to feelings before or after the anime? Let's do feelings before, because the anime is going to kind of work as maybe like a reload a little bit, a soft reload, and maybe the actual read depending on if it goes beyond it. Because I feel like you could cover this all and some more in an episode, but I don't know that. We'll find out.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I feel it's fine. And even saying I think it's good feels a little too strong right now. But also just like caveat, giant question marks of, well, I don't know what the fuck this is going to be, because I don't think we actually learned that in this first chapter. I think it's set up a lot, but I don't think story-wise my brain is like, I don't know how this comes back. And this was just set up for the character and him being the world having a giant trash pit.
Here's the thing. If this had ended with him falling into blackness, and that was the end of the chapter,
would you still be really? Yeah, but the fact that there was the hook of the giant creature and going, what the fuck?
No, I would still be curious, but in a different way, and have different thoughts about it.
Yes.
If we had stopped there, I would say, I think this is great.
Really?
And I feel that it's good.
Okay.
I just think the execution of it was done well. Like, aside from the whole they have to explain everything,
Yeah.
which I think might actually be in their favor as far as like wide adoption, but I just think that with the art style,
I do like.
I think the execution.
I think the art and the art style is good, and I think I'm excited to see with a what I'm assuming is a high budget anime that it'll do with it. I think that will fit. Like it's definitely got a vibe. It's thinking on things. Like it's got a spirit to it that I can respect.
So that's just my like. Technically, I think great.
Yeah.
I feel good, except I feel fine because then the last page happened and I went, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Okay.
So it's real. I mean, great on its technical merits, almost completely. The story is like, personally, I feel like good to fine about.
If it didn't, I think I could maybe say I think it's great if it didn't have that over-explaining problem in a way that was very frustrating to me. On top of it, like my feelings were already affected by it, but yeah.
And I think I'm just coming at it from a technical perspective.
I know.
I think
you're good at that.
I think that is actually in its favor. Not for us, obviously.
But in general. But again, I'm curious how much that'll be in the anime then.
Yeah.
One thing before I to our us having watched the anime.
You have to use a different tone.
Copyright it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's for when we come back next week.
Okay. Well, I've been changing now because I did the doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, or so I did some other tone. I don't remember. I remember when we did it, I gave like, that's from this thing, but I don't have a new sound right now. I just want to do that one.
That's Reading Rainbow.
But
you don't have to take my word for it.
You can shop at 5 or 6 other stores. No. Honestly, the little opening of like them throwing the little plushie away, like, I have like, I think it's from growing up with Toy Story. I have a connection with things like that just being thrown in the garbage. Like it makes me feel weird and bad. And seeing it thrown away so flippantly, like actually like hurts me on an emotional level.
Yeah. No, I think that's what they were going for.
And it worked, but I think I wanted to bring it up because it's like, I have that specific, like again, from growing up with Toy Story, which is like, well, if somebody else could love that. You'd have to put in like them making a point of like, people throw things away so easily, and as soon as they're in the trash, they're filthy.
Not to mention the thing that was wrong with it was so easily fixable.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was that, like that, and the fact like that opening thing of like, well, usually when somebody spends a lot of time with something and it has a soul, it's like, what does that mean if it's thrown away and it's trash? Then what does that mean? And it's like, I like
although she just got that like a couple hours or days earlier. So.
I liked like that was a good setup for it's like you've planted the seed of what this is emotionally, and I'm excited because I am extra feeling something. So I do want to put that out there. That was something that I strongly felt about it as well. So
I mean, I think that's probably going to like, we didn't get this throughout the whole middle and end, but I think the fact that things are going to have souls. Do
you think garbage is going to come alive?
Yeah, that's what that garbage monster
made up
is.
Of things that people cared about that didn't care about anymore. Now they are also angry for being thrown away.
Yeah, yeah.
Is he going to be king of the garbage?
Maybe.
Because he's like in tune with it?
I hope so.
Is his dad
that would be interesting.
Is his dad actually going to be an asshole, or was this all set up for something?
I don't know.
Do you think he's going to be a secret super genius wizard like sometimes anime does with fathers when they're assholes?
It's hard to say because like he got thrown away, but he also burned him. But
maybe it was special.
Burning him, was he giving him powers?
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, is this going to be like, I can't like, I mean, I can only think of the One Piece thing, and that hasn't even been played out yet. But I know there's other ones where it's just been like, oh, you were abused, but actually, no, secretly, after you went through a bunch of stuff, I actually did that for you, and now you have a special boon because of that or something. Right. Or there was a reason, and actually, I'm not an asshole, even though it's like none of my other behavior has ever shown me in a good light.
Grisha Yeager.
What?
Grisha Yeager.
Oh, is that a Attack on Titan thing? Okay.
Except I think there's way more layers to that one, so don't use. I haven't seen the rest of Attack on Titan.
Yeah. But yeah, see you after we eat dinner and watch that first episode.
Stay tuned.
Da-da-da. We're back.
Sort of.
We watched the episode. We ate dinner. Then we watched an episode of Dawn to Dawn. But then we watched the first episode of Gachiakuta, whatever. The letters on it. Gachiakuta.
Gachiakuta.
So, Spoiler alert.
boy.
We're reading more. Both of us are unhappy about this. I prayed multiple times on the way to and from dinner of going, please, episode 1, cover more than first chapter, so we don't need to read more of this. And it did not, so we're going to have to read more of this. But
hey, guess what? Episode 1 of the anime was a pretty faithful adaptation of the manga.
If anything, it was, for the most part, I would say it was a tune-up. It did the thing that I was hoping it would do, where emotions were better, emotions were clearer. I liked our protagonist more. Certain scenes where I was a little confused what emotionally was going on or didn't like it were a little bit more clear. It just seemed like something with like a proper, like, it seemed like a thing with the budget so that a proper director's hand would be able to kind of tune in on what's going on. I was a little confused why they changed it of when he's going back to the house.
There's one major change.
Yes.
Everything else was more just like...
was very faithful. Either, like a little, just a tune-up or like tonally like zeroing it in.
Right.
Is that when he's running back to tell Regto that he's like, I gave Chiwa the thing. He bumps into guards outside first and not the masked man. And then when he goes into the house... the masked man is actively there stabbing Regto, which I think is lame, because it is, from a storytelling thing, it's so obvious he's the killer, but it leaves enough mystery that you don't have to think about. Like, it's you can, and I'm sure the Rudo puts it together, but it just seems so, like, and your point was, it shows why they're nearby. But, like, of course the fucking police is nearby in the slums. And that's how it works. They want to do police brutality.
I think it's funny because it actually, like... is doing more of the thing that you didn't like
where
from
it's just
the manga.
Making it so clear.
Just exposition.
Because there's other
basically.
stuff where like it's almost the same dialogue, but when it's like spoken and movement is happening, it doesn't feel as like grating.
Yeah.
Because like time is passing constantly. Like, when you're reading passes the speed you read it at. So it's like it felt better. It felt better watching than reading. It did not feel like I was being expositioned as hard to, but maybe just because it was so fresh in my brain. But like that change was very like...
But they did exposition the whole thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what we're still stuck at, is that this first episode seemingly doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Not doesn't matter, but like has no bearing on what this series is going to be at all, almost. Right. Outside of the basic thing.
The one thing that I was like, I hope this is different in the anime, was the fact that Chiwa... like, just immediately believed that he killed...
She was even more brutal. Like, it's like that's what leads me to believe we're not going to come back, we're not going to see her again, because it's literally just, everything is put the knife in his chest, and she just twists it.
If we come back here...
I don't think we're coming back.
It'll be an end game thing.
I would agree with that. But by and large, I think we're not coming back here. Yeah. Like, that feels like such a... just unnecessary knife twister if we were ever trying to come back to clean this up. I think this was just a... don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you, pull the tab and fall down.
Yeah. Which, like, I really don't like when first chapters do this, because it's like, I want you to give me some idea of what this is going to be. Like, the whole point of a first chapter is to introduce me to the story.
I mean, we want to read more, but neither of us wants to emotionally.
There's a
way
to
give this its proper, like, that feeling of why one of the reasons we came up with the reload is to go, which I don't think we've used for yet, is just a series that truly, it's like, this first chapter wasn't what it was. And I feel like Dance Sport is what we've done it. Have we done it 3 times now? Yes.
Dance Sport was the third, yeah.
Because we did Blue Box, which was more of just an experiment. I don't think it needed it, but I'm happy we did it, because I did want to read more of that. Golden Man I could see needing a little bit more, but not as much. Golden Man wasn't like a mystery, but it's like, I could see more of this. I don't really know how it's going to flow. But
we wanted to...
But also we just wanted to read more Golden Man, and it felt like it would have benefited from that.
Get more of an explanation of the world that this is taking place in.
Yeah, exactly. Which we got, I think was helpful for it. And Dance Sport was just, we've read 1 billion first chapters of a Shonen Jump manga. What if we had more? Because so many times the first chapter isn't very indicative.
Right.
And that one, I think, still was generally what we thought, but it helped. But this is the first one where it's like, I can feel in my body of like, we've completely left behind in a way that it doesn't seem like we're coming back to. Multiple characters, the setting, we are just in Trash World.
Right.
And that's all we know. So, I guess we have to quick do our predictions if we want to do that.
Here's the thing, is I feel like this could go one of 2 ways. Because right now we're both feeling pretty not great about it.
Milk toast.
And it's more like, we have to find out what's going to happen here. But the thing is, there is a way for this to go in the next 2 chapters that I would go, oh, okay, yeah, this is cool. But like, I can't think of a way that this will go that will make this first chapter feel right to me.
I'm going to play the vague thing I remember from looking at Wikipedia because you have... No, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to shut up.
Do that next time.
I don't want to mess with... I forgot about predictions. Let's get to predictions.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to learn he is. I think the masked man is his father and he can move between. I don't know if we would even learn that yet, but especially with the anime going back and making it so obvious that he killed Regto, it gives somebody that gets to give his eye or two directly in front of him.
Well,
I guess, okay, at the very least, let me do the small version of that is we will see the masked man again. And how many chapters? Because you said 2 chapters. I know we've never crystallized.
I think when we first started this, we said that we would read the first 3 chapters if we didn't particularly like it, but we just needed to know more.
Okay.
So that would be 2 more chapters.
I'd give this 3 more.
That's fine.
2 feels too small.
Sure.
Let's do 3. We will read chapters 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, and there's no way we learn who the masked man is in an additional 3 chapters.
Do you want to put that in digital ink?
Yeah.
As a counter prediction, not even as one of your main ones?
Yeah. Now, I definitely think that eventually we will learn. That's sort of the onus of the series.
But I could see how blunt the series has been so far.
Yeah, maybe.
With keeping its mysteries, where it's like, oh, it was kind of up at like it's like, duh, he killed him, but also, well, we didn't see it, so there's like there's just the thinnest level of plausible deniability or the particulars of when he came in and how he was acting.
That's why the director was like, nope, we need to
make this more obvious.
It didn't need to be more clear.
Yes. It could have been less clear.
Yeah.
Upstairs, I will hang the sign that says you could have been more clear, and down here, I will hang the sign that says you could have been less clear.
Since you forced my hand for my first guess, I'm gonna.
That's a bonus one. You can still have 2. That's a bonus one for me to you.
No, that's fine. But I'm gonna say my second guess before you.
Okay.
Rudo has trash powers.
Yes, I would agree with that, honestly.
His hands are some kind of weird power thing.
Did I talk about that here, or did I talk about that when we were watching, when it's like his dad?
I think I said when we were talking about it that I think he has trash powers.
You said that we were watching it, but did I talk about here where it's
before when we were talking.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I talked about on record that I think his dad will have secretly done him. It gave him powers. Like he is burned, and it will be viewed as I did you a favor. Or maybe that his killings were justified. Like, I'm too One Piece pill that it's like his killings are going to end up justified, but the news took it in a different direction and he's been twisted. But he's actually secretly a hero. But also, why would he kill Regto?
Right, because Regto was like, go make this world a better place.
Yeah, so I don't know why he needs to kill Regto, really, unless he's like, you're old enough, you're coming to Trash World with me, son. But also, maybe that's not it at all.
So. But that's not your second guess, because you need to guess something that could happen in the next 3 chapters.
I know. Okay, so we have the Vegas future site by seeing the image for the episode, like the Gachiakuta on Crunchyroll.
The poster.
The quote-unquote poster of it, which displays a bunch of heads of 4 characters, 3 of which I'm assuming are traveling companions.
How many of them do we meet?
I'm going to say 2.
Is that your guess? We're
going to get 2 of the 3. That is the set of. So I guess 3 of the 4 of the traveling party. If I can understand that from the poster.
It's almost cheating.
It is. But it's because it's not just that. It's not. I can't just go. There's a traveling party because duh.
Yeah.
Unless they're not. But like it's the how many of those will we meet in the time we're going to spend with this manga?
Do you want to? Do you want to pick one of those that we'll definitely meet? And that'll be
the girl. We're going to meet the girl.
Point?
We're going to meet the girl.
Okay. With a big scissor thing.
Yes. Because somebody liked to kill a kill.
Okay, I'm going to be more specific about the trash powers then.
Yes.
Let's see.
Do you think he can control? Is he like a trash
I think
Magneto?
he can make them. I think he can make its spirit, make the trash's spirit manifest so that it can move around.
Do you think his father has that, and his father or somebody else made the trash monsters?
Maybe.
Do you think somebody's powers manifested that? Okay. I mean, I also talked about like the whole like it's the apocalypse. Like this is old New York underneath New York.
You know, yeah.
Or it's like
we saw
like a floating Skypea island.
We saw a power line, like a power pole with like electric lines attached to it
in the garbage.
But that was the thing, and I'm wondering if it is an old place that has been covered in trash, or if those were thrown away.
I feel like it just because there's so much land that is not land, and it's just a sheer drop off. It's like floating. It's not like one big column of land, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just a drop off. Because when he falls, there's nothing. There's just trash and horizon around him. There's no there's a giant landmass, so it's like floating.
What if they had been like burying the trash and then the ground collapsed, and so now all that's left is this island?
I would do the opposite. I would do the Jetsons. Is that they are above? They've moved far above the planet's surface because there was so much trash. That's why everybody's in these very pristine white outfits. Though why you'd have an underclass with you if you controlled everything and moved them the other side of the city.
Did I say this during the episode?
If I think about more than a minute, the particulars of that society are very weird and not thought out.
Was this recorded before, or was it
Just
while
say
we were
it.
watching the
We'll figure
episode
it out.
that it's very Koreans are dirty people coded?
You said that because I turned to you and I said, I've got 5 words. What if they were black? And then we kind of chortled, and then you said Koreans, and I said secret Koreans. I mean, it's racism in some form.
Yeah.
I thought they would look more different, and they don't outside of that.
Well, I think that's why it's like a Korean thing.
It feels like it's supposed to be a race thing, but it feels by visually it comes off as more classism than anything of the haves and have-nots, because they all look. I guess it's like he kind of he had darker hair.
Yeah. But that's why I went.
But I think that's the direction.
Korean.
Is we're very used to,
because
in America we're very used to a different sort of classism taking the color of that, the visual of that taking shape. We'll say.
Yeah, but I know in Japan it's very much like, oh yeah, the Koreans are totally allowed to be here. Just don't look at them or talk to them. And it's not that overt most of the time, but from what I do know, there is some not great
I could believe that
stuff going on.
I could very much believe that. Japan did a lot of things to Korea over the time, in the same way that America has racism, because we did a lot of things to Africa and a lot of other different countries. So
sometimes I wish ours was more behind the scenes like Japan's.
That's a conversation for not this podcast. But yes, do you have any final statements?
Oh, I guess we'll find out when we come back.
I'm glad we watched the anime. I'm disappointed I have to read more of this. And I'm glad we're in agreement on that for similar reasons, or mostly similar reasons.
There is, I will say there is a possibility that we will come back and
we turn around,
and I will be like, yeah, I read the whole first one.
Yeah, maybe we do that. Maybe we prisoner's dilemma this, and if we really want to keep going, we keep going, but we don't tell the other one until we sit down to record.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Let's do that. Okay, so so we read a minimum of 3 more chapters, so to chapter 4.
Right.
And if we were like, oh my god, not just I want to know more, that we're actually having a good time. We finish the volume, but we do not tell the other person until we sit down and record, and then we go, okay, I read the whole volume.
Right.
So we'll see.
Okay. This is very important.
Okay, because that's what I was like, what are we stopping for?
We can read the first 4 chapters for free.
Yeah! Yeah! I love it!
The first 3 chapters are completely free, and then the 4th chapter requires a ticket. But you get a ticket just from logging in. So.
Okay. That makes me smile. I'm happy about that.
So we don't have to put any skin in the game. I
still have to make a manga account if I don't already have one. But
oh my, actually, holy crap. This is one of those ones where if you read it in order, you can read the whole thing up to the last 3 chapters for free.
Like all in one day?
No,
or?
no.
Okay,
It's tickets.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
It's probably just because it's like, hey, you probably watched the anime, so
Maybe.
it would make more sense if they started that like it's more expensive to get on where the manga starts after the anime season 1 has stopped.
I think the chapters are probably going to be pretty short though, because it's weekly.
Yeah, it would be around jump chapters, I would say. That's why I wanted to give it more than 2, because jump chapters can be kind of short. But
Yeah, that's
like,
fair.
I usually can smell a dud in the first couple of chapters. But when this first one is so like not indicative of anything. But yeah.
We'll find
Can
out.
we toss it to Future Us?
I think it's time.
Okay. Hopefully Future Us had a better time than we're having right now.
Gachiakuta Part 3. What?
Oh yeah, gosh. Oh, this episode is going to be way too long.
Yeah.
And it doesn't deserve it. Brad, I'm just hot-shotting in. I don't
Yeah.
know. Whatever sound I made. Da-da-da. All of them. Just cut them, one of them. I'd cut all of them. I don't know.
So the big question we left with was, how many more chapters is
It was going to be the prisoner's dilemma of how many more chapters did you read. And Brad, I read as many chapters as I could read on K-Manga for free without signing up for an account, which I think was 3, but might have been 4.
Okay. Well, 4 total chapters was the minimum.
Okay.
So
I read 3 then, I think. I swear I read 3
3
chapters.
total?
What when I left, I thought it only showed the first 3 as available, but I feel like I read 4 chapters, but maybe not.
I think the 4th chapter was the first one you had to have a ticket for.
Then I didn't read that.
Okay. Well, that's unfortunate because one of
did?
your guesses is important for that.
Okay.
However,
You did.
we do both get a reduced sentence because I didn't read more than.
Yeah! High five! Yo! Dap me up, bro! Yeah! Reduced sentence. Piece of shit trash world.
Okay. Let me be clear. And I know Lass hates this. Sorry, Lass. But
Sorry, this is the...
it's very clear to me why this is popular and why people like it.
what makes... Okay, I think the real question is, specifically is, Lass, why do you like it?
Well, this
feels very outside. Not to say that you can't like other things that aren't like the things you like. It's good to have a good diet, but like this feels very not in the all the conversations we've had.
Yeah.
This feels like this is like, wait a minute, now I'm going to judge you instead of no, whatever. I'm getting way too up. We're lucky we're a couple days out when I read it, because like honestly, every new chapter was that, which was like chapter 2 was a struggle, and then chapter 3 was a struggle, and then okay, let me quickly. I made bullet points. So Rudo gets down there. He attempts to fight the giant beast. A strange masked man, a different one, watches this happen. After a bit, the man saves him. This man is Engine, he tells us.
one of the people on the cover.
Yes. Oh, thank you. A few short flashbacks occur seemingly randomly. No new information is gained. I don't even remember what those are. I didn't write it down. It wasn't important. I think it was just like going back over the same points they've been making about the society. And it's like, I know! You told me! Engine ties him up and takes our MC to a weird base where other people find him, are amazed that he's a spherite, and tie him up again so he can't escape. They intend to sell him for a high price. People from the sphere are, I guess, lauded or whatever. Not lauded, but like...
They want them for parts because they're not contaminated.
Well, that's not what they said then, but maybe that's something you learned then. I guess true also. But also they just fucking hate their guts.
Well, because most of the time when they find spherites, they're already dead.
True.
And so they use their parts.
Oh, yeah, they over-explain why everybody hates sphereites. This is so needlessly cruel as it stretches across many pages.
Well, and it's also like it completely negates the fact that people up there, the tribes people, are downtrodden.
Are the ones who are constantly getting dropped down. So, like, the people who are part of your problem aren't even the ones getting there. Whatever.
Yeah.
He bites the man's fingers and manifests some power that allows him to break from his shackle as Engine watches from a distant rocky lip. He has the power to give life to objects. A giver. Capital G. The men try to attack him, but all the trash he touches turns to be spiked weapons and he smashes them. He's about to kill them when Engine steps in to stop him. I'll tell you what you want to know, but you have to join the cleaners, which Rudo says no. End of chapter 3. What happens in chapter 4? I don't care.
So... lots more exposition.
Yes, but so much of it, like, everybody, like, just tells
you want
everything.
Me to tell you?
Yes. No, that's the problem. I don't want the manga to tell me either. The manga keeps telling me shit that I either already know.
Do you want me to tell you what happens?
Yes.
So he reluctantly agrees to join the cleaners because the cleaners can help him figure out how to get back to the sphere so that he can enact his revenge.
Yes.
Okay. At the very, very end of chapter 4, he is chasing a cat who stole his money because Engine sold all of his clothes and stuff.
So he's naked?
Well, he's got like a basic
I guess
shirt
because
on.
He was wearing
but he's like,
clothing.
you can't walk around. Right,
even though it's bad clothing, because he's not meaningfully a spherite. He's just the trash people who live up there.
So he chases this cat into the back alley. As he's running down there, he sees like this stick that he grabs so he can get the cat, and he does get the cat, but then he actually accidentally took that stick from a person who is like, that's mine, and then takes the stick back, and the stick changes, and that guy's a giver too.
Of course.
And that's the second person from the cover.
Ah, okay.
And so, one of your guesses, 2 of the 3 additional characters,
we didn't meet the
was
girl?
correct. Neither of them was the girl.
No, that's
so
probably that's probably for the best.
You get 1 out of 2 points.
I'll take it. I'm nervous about what this manga is going to do to gender, because the thing it's doing to classism already is the most just teenager hackneyed. This is my first big essay. Wow, the world's really complicated, but I don't understand that.
So your first thing was the masked man is dad, and I said there's no way we're going to learn that.
And you were correct.
And I was correct. So I get a point for that, and you don't.
Mm-hmm.
My second guess was
we should have like a tug of war, all of them, where it's like, I think this happens, the other one goes, I don't think it'll happen. Those are fun. That's like the third one for both of us.
I mean, that's what High Noon is, basically.
Yeah, basically.
My second one was that he will have trash powers from his hands and will manifest trash to life. So I'm only going to take half a point for that whole thing, because he's not manifesting it to life.
But I feel like that could happen in the future in the vein of the trash piece.
Yeah.
Like, my gut tells you, but you're right. For what we exactly, I would
and
at
it's
least
also
give you,
not his hands, it's his gloves.
Because he loved them?
Yeah. So
I think it's going to be his hands still, just through the like his special
no, they
hands touching.
Specifically explain that it's his gloves because of how much he took care of them.
I guess because he always had them from the burns.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they're saying. It still could just be whatever happened to his hands originally.
Still.
And just not retcon it, but like that's what it's actually.
So I got 1.5 points and you got half a point.
Together we have 2 points, which doesn't mean much. I don't like this.
It's too much exposition.
Nobody can shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like the thing that's more annoying that is like, if this was a light novel, sure, but it's like the art's great.
Yeah.
The art has so much expression to it and tells so much without like, there's so much stuff you could show and not tell. And they tell you, and then they tell you, and nobody can shut the fuck up. Like, everything's so gratuitous.
And
it can never let a moment happen. Like, everybody just sucks. Like, this world sucks. Like,
well, that's the thing, is everything sucks. And like the very clear end goal is getting back to the sphere.
To kill everybody.
And I said before, if you're not going back there right away, we shouldn't have spent that much time there in the first place.
This series should have started with the trash piece, and occasionally you get flashbacks. Because I think, the flashback, I think he's talking to, what's his surrogate father's name? I don't even remember. Who cares? But like, that's what his his series like
Rugato or whatever.
Yeah, and it's like he's like, you're already like, if we had those when we hadn't met him and seen his murder, if we just got told, like, again, if you just get like, we go like, oh, is like he got dropped down there after he got framed for a murder he didn't commit, and then you flashback that later, that would have been so much better storytelling instead of like, and now just gratuitously going back and it's like, this is what the relationship is, this is the situation. It's just like, this whole world is so stupid.
You make me think from the setup in the first chapter that it's going to take place in you set up this whole sphere world so completely,
and you had the haves,
the trash
and the have-nots,
and the people and the guards and the tribes people. You set all that stuff up so thoroughly that now when you abandon it at the end of the first chapter, I go, why do I care about anything else that's happening?
And also, like, I'm now so stuck on the point that you made of like, he's a spherite, but it's like, but he was the lower class. They threw him in because he was the lower class guy.
Yeah.
He's not a spherite in the way that the people want revenge on. Like, I guess they can still take his organs, but they're like really shitty to him. It's like, you throwing your garbage on us. It's like, I'm not. I don't have things.
This would be akin to, like, someone in the lower class in America going to like the slums, some slums in India, and people there like hating them.
And it's like, I'm also poor. Yeah. I'm a different flavor of poor, but like the ruling class is above both of us in both the places we live. Like,
I had no choices.
Yeah, exactly.
So why are you mad at me?
But you had water. And it's like, yes, but I didn't have a lot of other shit. I had no power. I was like, I had the same miserable existence. Like, hurting me will not help either of our situations. Like, it's literally, this is the stupid fucking rat race where we should be punching the CEOs. Like, okay. The thing that I wrote at the end of this that hit my body that I'm like, this is the thing I want to come out of this is the thing that does, I mean, it's not shonen garbage, but it has shonen garbage in it now that I say that. The thing that does Gachiakuta, whatever the fuck, I keep calling it Gachiakuchi, even though that's not what it is. Gachiakuta. Better is the video game Lisa the Painful. Because that is a game that literally has a trash island, but that is a game, admittedly the context is different, but so many of the other themes run through it, and it does it so much better. It has so much, like, Lisa the Painful has a bunch of fucking darkness in it, but it has levity and it has beauty in moments. And it has horror, as I guess, it's got a lot of things. But, like, I guess the thing is, like, you can do a deep darkness of the soul and still have a heart about things and moments. Or, like, moments of, like, actual levity. And I think Lisa the Painful just does everything Gachiakuta's doing, but it just, like, infinitely better.
I think
and admittedly, that is a video game and not a manga. I think gives you like, oh, he's a hero and he gets all the powers. It's like the main character. Very funnily, the main character Lisa the Painful is named Brad, and he kind of looks like you because he's bald and he's bald and he's got a beard.
I think chapter 3 and 4 are probably a better look at what this is going to be long term.
Yes, agreed.
Where it's like, okay, there's some comedy to it, and he's going to explore these powers. But like chapter 1 and 2 were like, this is why you should be angry the whole time. And it's sort of just exhausting to get into that. In the same way, like we watched the first episode of the anime. We read the first chapter, we read the second chapter, and it's just like, this is angst filled, and it's going to be a revenge story and everything. And then that sort of goes away. It's just going to be in the background.
He's just going to be suffering, and that's the only thing driving him. But there's no sense of, I mean, this is the thing I always talk about. It's like sometimes even if you can get the sense, even though it's like, oh, this protagonist has to learn something, and this is why he's so stupid. You usually get a sense of somebody else in the world, or like a hand of the author to be like, oh yes, like there's something bigger going on here. Like you can trust me, reader, that I know what I'm doing. And I never got that sense here. Like, the amount of gratuity of the men beating up Rudo in the truck was just like, why? Like, this is not needed. I don't need this much. Like, this is too much. And I know it's, but it smacks of so much. It's so gritty. They're fucking, like, they hate the system, and he's from that, and they're punching him, and they're kicking him, and they're gonna stab him, and he's tied up, and he can't do it. Like, it just feels so, like, a small child describing, or like, again, I always come back to teenager. It's like, it's somebody who does not live in the world, that has not existed with other people, that has understood what it means to, like, struggle and overcome a system.
What other people's thoughts and motivations are.
Exactly. The beauty in things, like, everything in there just feels so stupid. It just feels so simple. And it's frustrating because there's bones of something good here, but the execution is so sophomoric.
I think the reason this is popular is those bones of something that's good.
Well, no, but also I think it's because it's simple. Like I think we said it last time. It's like you said, like, I think it's popular because they explain everything.
Yeah.
So you don't have to think, and everybody has to, like, oh, I hate everything. And it's like, you can't, like, do things need to be torn down sometimes? Yes, but you can't only have, I'm just going to kill everybody as your modus operandi. Like, that's not something that works.
You can. But those are very specific stories.
And be viewed as heroic?
No. Those are very specific stories for a very specific purpose. It's literally just misery porn, revenge porn.
Yes.
And you don't do other things in those. I read a couple other series like that. I don't read them because they're great. I read them because they do a very specific thing.
They tingle, yeah.
And this is doing some of that, but it's not going the whole way, which means it's not working in that regard.
But I wasn't even tied up in wanting him to get revenge because the world that I was shown, I didn't get to be shown it enough. Like, he didn't like, oh, they tossed him into, like, I know it's a corrupt system. Like, I want you to tear it down. But if your main thing is like, I'm just going to kill everybody, like, I'm not rooting for you. I don't care what you do, you know? But then he suffers needlessly way too much, and I go, I hate this too. Like, I don't like this protagonist. I don't like this world. I don't like this writer. I like this art.
The very best revenge stories, there is still something to save.
There's a thread of humanity in there somewhere, and I'm not feeling that at all.
And that's what you would have done with the girl, Chica, whatever.
Yeah, I guess that's what it like. She's supposed to, but also she's not, because she instantly goes, "I was wrong about you. You were a piece of shit the whole time." Where it's like, then what are we fucking doing?
Yeah. And I think I would have felt a lot differently if they would have not done that. If she would have held on to that little stuffy.
And his motivation was, I have to come back to, like, she's in some sort of danger, and his motivation was, I need to come back to help her and fix the system, and not...
Right. I'm going to take revenge on all of the upper class people and also get the girl, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that would have a much better motivation than just pure revenge and anger.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's what, in Kagurabachi... That's what that evolved into.
Yeah, Kagurabachi has a heart in it, because you can tell, like, from I mean, freaking, let's recover Kagurabachi. I mean, well, hey, spoiler, I want to do a mag dump of Kagurabachi at some point in the future. Who knows when that'll happen? But, like, you got the sense from chapter 1 and definitely in chapter 2 where it's just, like, other characters are like, dude, maybe chill a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, you could get the sense that it was specifically to, I don't remember the main character's name. Is it Kagurabachi or no? Or is that just...
No.
It's been a while since I read it.
Oh, my God.
I don't remember his name.
I think I'm like 15 chapters behind.
You're 15 chapters behind everything. But whatever his, like, you get the sense that his level of edgelord revenge is not, like, people are noting it and taking point of it, like, okay, bud, maybe, like, chill a little bit. Like, the rest of the world is not his level of edgelordiness.
Right.
Where Gachiakuta feels like it permeates everything. That, like,
plus,
everybody just
in Kagurabachi,
kind of sucks.
He's got a very clear thing of, like, I'm going to save innocent people.
Yes, this is my intention, is that because my father instilled these things into me, and I need to get his swords back and stop these things from killing people.
I'm going to take revenge on these clearly bad people,
and that feels good.
But I'm not going to destroy the whole world because other people living in it.
Because everybody's suffering. So many of the adults in his life are probably suffering things, and it's just like, when you break the whole system, you've just thrown them to the wind too. Like, it's just so. I don't know. I'm really excited to see. Hi, I'm going to come back. I'm really excited to see how One Piece does with it, because One Piece is actually approaching with, like, a modicum of, like, let's think about this. This is a complicated situation on all fronts.
Should we rip down the government?
Yes.
Probably, but maybe a little slower.
Let's think about it more before we just, like, let it come from a place of, we need to dismantle this brick by brick, and not, like, I literally need to shed the blood of all who are here.
And that's a really, I mean, especially right now, it's a difficult thing to think about, because you look at stuff that's happening in the United States right now and you go, oh, maybe we should just sort of hard reset.
Yeah.
But guess what? The vast majority of people in the United States are fine right now. Things aren't good, but, like, most of the people aren't suffering. So if you would just tear everything down immediately, that would make almost everybody suffer.
I mean, we're already feeling it now where systems are getting turned off.
Yeah.
And it's like, what if that happened, but all of them at once?
Yeah.
It's like, that's, you have to think about that being a thing of it. Okay.
And we might reach a point in less than a year where we do have to just rip it all down and start over. But I don't think we're there yet.
I don't think that's happening. Okay, we're getting off. We're getting in circles. Shoot, we gotta do Thinking Things Feely Feels.
And that's why I feel that Gachiakuta is very akin to the GOP. No, that's not true. That's awful.
I hated how many times I Googled this and everybody's joke line is this manga is trash, or this anime is trash, but all of them then talked about good things. And I'm like, no, I don't think this is good. I need to find somebody talking about how this is not good.
Well, and that's the thing.
It's frustrating.
I don't think this is the kind of thing where I would go, nobody should read this. This is awful. It's very clearly for some people.
Yeah.
I do think it's simplistic in the fact that they exposition everything constantly. I don't care for it.
I think it's fine. I feel it's bad.
Yeah.
I feel it's terrible. Like, I read chapter 2 and I didn't want to read chapter 3.
I'm not that far down on my feelings.
I am.
Yeah, fine. I think I'm at, I would actually say that I think this is my objective opinion on this is that it's good.
Okay, good. Because if you were going to say great, I was going to go that exposition. Like, even outside of how we feel about it, the exposition monster is so.
That is the thing.
That is an active choice by the writer that is not good.
Because the art's phenomenal.
The art's great. That's what makes the this position's so annoying because it's like the art is speaking so much. It's so good.
I don't think the story is great, but there's obviously something
There's
to
something
it.
there, and it's fun to have the power. And we built up the thing.
Right.
Like, there's pieces there. Okay,
But the exposition drags it down, and the details of the story drag it down.
Frustrating.
So good is my think, and fine is my feelings.
Okay. I could maybe come up to your good for thinking, but I'm sticking with I feel it's terrible.
And that's
like,
this was I think that's fair.
Chapter 2 was a chore, and chapter 3 was even more of an uphill struggle of just like, I hate things where the world is just so cruel and there's no oasis in it.
Here's the thing.
Whatever that oasis, like I said, like Lisa the Painful has a spell over me. I come back to it every so often. You know, there's a streamer I watch that plays through it, or I'll watch the old ones, and I'm just like learning something new every time, and just all the things in that world, and like how dark it is. But there's just like it's a cruel world, but there's like it has whatever that heart and the soul is. I don't know what it is exactly, but it just has a sense of other things inside of it than just everything is miserable. Because I don't think that's interesting personally. I don't think that's a story.
Like I said before, you can do that.
But
it's a very specific thing, and it's
no. But also, you need a thread of something. The story. I mean, small spoilers of Lisa the Painful, an RPG that's been out for probably close to a decade now at this point. Is like one of the major things. If you're actually freaking using your brain and thinking, it's like the main character is on a revenge quest that is actively bad for him and is harming multiple people around him all the time. But like that is a game where there is a bunch of the darkness and sometimes teenage flavors, but like there's, especially with the new stuff they added with when they did the complete version recently, like a real sense of humanity in there from some characters, honestly, not all of them, but like I think that's part of it. You need that sense of other people are doing different things with this and getting them. I like your thing of like people think different things than you, and having a writer that you get the sense that they understand that.
I would say the way this sort of plays out is that like if there was a good conversation to be had here,
yes.
I could keep reading it.
Yep.
But as it stands, like we've had this conversation, and I don't, unless it's going to do something crazy in 10 chapters or something, I don't see a point where I would want to keep reading this. It wasn't painful for me to read, as you were saying, but I didn't care for it. So
I had a very bad time with it, and I'm like, my not buying it is I'm happy I didn't even figure out, was it K-Manga or whatever it was on, to even get to chapter 4, and I feel sorry, lass. I know this one got with episode part by part of this episode. I'm getting more and more, and this like, imagine what I would have been if we recorded this the same day I read it, because I had a fun day. I went to Knoebels. I had a great day since I read it. In between, so like I've relaxed, though admittedly I'm huffing Silk Song salt at the moment.
Now I think we said this is actually a 3-parter. I think we said in part 2 after when we watched the anime, like the art in this is good. The animation was good. Like it's literally just the story that is the problem here.
Yes.
So is there anything else we need to cover for this? I feel like
no high noon.
I feel like we've pretty much done it.
We gave it a chapter. We gave it an episode of the anime. We gave it 3 to 4 chapters total. Then, like, I gave it socks, and you know what?
This wasn't quite.
It stinks.
This wasn't quite what I wanted for our first non-full volume reload.
I think this is the poster child. This was the thing where we said, I don't think this first chapter was indicative of the rest of it, and that was true. But tonally, it was.
Yeah.
It's just what it was actually doing was different.
So, I mean, there's part of me that wants to go, hey, sorry to everybody who likes this. But at the same time, it's like, no, I mean, I read it. This is my opinion. And I feel like my opinion's valid here.
Come onto the Discord. Make your case for it. I'll try not to bite your head off. I will try on very honestly, because
I'll
this
yell
whole
at
thing
you
is
if you
supposed
bite
to be.
people's head off.
Yes, thank you. Give me a check. Like, this is supposed to be like this is the somewhat annoying thing when you're talking about media. Is that at the end of the day, something is always somebody's favorite. You're always going to hurt somebody's feelings, and there's no escape from it. And this just happens to be a lot more feelings because this is the new anime of the season, and it was already popular beforehand, but it's now extra popular because it's a very nice looking anime, which I get.
I think we said this the first time in the first part, but this reminds me of Demon Slayer popularity. Although I think Demon Slayer is better than this.
So far, Demon Slayer is better, I would say.
But I think it's a similar thing where like Demon Slayer is pretty simplistic, and they explain stuff to you and everything. And I think that is good for popularity.
Miserable.
Yeah,
I think the
definitely.
miserableness is what's really turning my stomach on it.
And the thing is, I'm not saying that simplicity and exposition and stuff is bad. And I'm not saying that something becoming really popular is bad. But especially for us, where we look at so many different things, like we are looking for things that engage you and make you think and like have a message and that kind of thing.
Or just fun sometimes. And this is neither of those things.
Yeah. Well, and I guess that's true because like Demon Slayer can be a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun when he cuts off a demon's head.
It's fun when they're just having shenanigans.
And maybe we just didn't get there with this yet. But like the first chapter of Demon, because we covered this, the first chapter of Demon Slayer was like, it was a slog, but by the end of it, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I can see where they're going to take off with this. And by the end of the first chapter with this one, it was just like, what?
Okay, this episode's long enough. Come talk to me about make your case for Gachiakuta. Come talk to me about Lisa the Painful. I love talking about Lisa the Painful. I will always go back to that every so often and get hyperfixated on it again. Brad, take out the trash.
Well, as always, we want to thank Segoy Mart for partnering with us. Segoy Mart's a retailer of Japanese snacks, drinks, toys, and merch, all kinds of stuff you can't get outside Japan. Our listeners can click the link in the description or use code APR15 at checkout to get 15% off their first order. As Moxie said, come chat with us. You can find all of our social media
If you don't like the
links.
things we say, just talk to us. We're people. You're people. Let's talk like people.
You can find all of our links to our social media on our website, animepodcasterreincarnation.com. And obviously, the best place to chat with us is our Discord, which is where we are hanging out and respond to stuff. You can leave comments and stuff on like the website, on the podcast episodes, or on YouTube or wherever. But those we don't respond to quite as quickly. So you can also find a link up there to our Patreon. Our supporters get perks like getting to vote on what we cover on heroin addiction, getting the high-quality stereo version of the podcast early, and bonus episodes, which one came out very recently. At the time of recording this, it's not out yet, but it will be by the time you're hearing this. And, of course, we have to shout out our patrons. First and foremost, at our noble tier, we have our marquee, Sir Cake Dwarf. Also at our noble tier, we have our Count Imaginary Numeral. At our Reincarnator tier, we've got Moon. And last, and certainly not least, at our Commoner tier, we've got Rena, Last Man on Earth, and Laura Carroll. So thank you so much to all our patrons.
Thank you for that, Brad. Thank you, patrons. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Make sure you listen to all the podcasts on our feed. And, Brad, there's a hole in the world like a great black pit, and the vermin of the world inhabit it, and its morals aren't worth what a pig could spit, and it goes by the name of Gachiakuta. On today's episode, this manga stinks. It's Gachiakuta. Regto tells us about the pit in Pittsburgh. No, the Fallout 3 DLC. They drop serious criminals into. Stop, criminal scum. Man, I'm just going through all the Bethesdas. And that Rudo's... what was I writing here? What is down?
Dad.
Down? What are you doing? Regto tells us about the pit. I'm going to keep the jokes in there. I could also do I guess that doesn't make sense to do the JoJo to be continued roundabout because I don't think my mouth can make the bass noises, and that doesn't flip over as well. Yeah. Let's see. I'm so curious. Brad, I am hoping and wishing and dying for this episode to cover more than the first chapter. I do not want to reload this, but I feel...
We could... Actually, I didn't look up how many chapters the first volume is, so...
That's what makes
we might have to look.
That's what makes this Prisoner's Dilemma so much more fun. Is that I don't want to look it up together. This is a separate, silent thing. The worst pies in London.